It's the year 2020, and I'd say about time for a glow up. We all want to transform into the most beautiful, fabulous, successful version of ourselves, but that kind of change doesn't happen with just a few tips and tricks. A true glow up starts from within. So today I'm sharing 9 ways to glow up from the inside out. This is a lesson in improving ourselves and becoming a better version of ourselves. It's about progress. So let's level up in life and glow up together. The first way to truly glow up is to change your self-talk and inner dialogue. On average, we think 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. How many of those thoughts are helping and how many are hurting us? Consider all the negative thoughts that cross your mind in a day, about yourself, about life, or about others. Take note of the negative self-talk like, I look horrible today, I'm not as pretty as her, I'm so stupid, I can't do this. For each negative thought, replace it with a positive affirmation that helps you build a positive mindset about yourself. I am beautiful as I am. I am worthy and valuable as I am. I'm smart and I can figure my way through this. Self-confidence, self-worth, and self-love are interconnected with your self-talk. Watch what you say about yourself and make sure that you have your own back. Only choose to believe the thoughts that serve you. If any thoughts don't serve you, choose to let it go. Newsflash, you don't have to believe everything that you think. Thoughts are just thoughts. They come and go, you don't have to hold on to them. Thoughts don't have to mean anything unless you assign meaning to them. So I've created an audio tape of positive affirmations that you can download in the description below to help you get started on changing your self-talk. Another way to glow up fast is to get out of your comfort zone. Sometimes we fall into autopilot because we're in the same environment day in and day out. Our creativity and inspiration in life gets stale because we're surrounded by the same things and doing the same things every day. If this sounds like you, get out of your comfort zone to spark change and inspiration. I usually work from home, so changing it up to work at WeWork helps bring a fresh perspective to my work. So I'd like to thank WeWork for sponsoring this video. WeWork is a company that designs and builds offices for entrepreneurs and companies of all sizes. They transform buildings into beautiful, collaborative workspaces, providing office space, services, and community to its members around the world. There are so many things I love about working in a creative space like this. First, the design and aesthetic make me feel fresh and inspired. Being in the same space as other entrepreneurs, creatives, and doers motivates me to be more productive and focused during my workday. There's a certain energy in the air that makes you feel like everyone is driven to work hard and do something important in the world. It makes you want to be like that too. Of course, there's also places to refresh and revive if you need a little break. Working from home, I tend to get caught up in my own mind and problems. Being in the bustling atmosphere of the city takes me out of my overthinking mind and makes me feel like I'm part of something bigger than myself. That smallness is actually very comforting to me, like my problems aren't that major and I'm just a small piece in this whole fabric of life. So, if your current environment isn't serving you, get yourself into an environment that makes you feel productive and empowered. Another way to glow up is to smile at yourself in the mirror. Each time you see yourself in the mirror, smile. Then give yourself a compliment. Sounds so cheesy and awkward, I know, but this is an effective way to build self-acceptance, self-confidence, and self-love, which are absolutely foundational to living your best life. Louise Hay calls this mirror work and says it's the most effective method she's found for learning to love yourself and seeing the world as a safe and loving place. Start with a simple smile. See where your mind goes. Are you judging yourself? Are you uncomfortable? What thoughts do you notice popping up? You'll find that the mirror reflects back to you the feelings you have about yourself. Later, you can practice reciting positive affirmations, complimenting yourself, and begin developing a more loving and supportive relationship with yourself. Mirror work is going to feel weird at first, but this will help you get more comfortable with yourself so you can build that confidence and self-love. The next one is major. Release your fear of judgment. What so many of us struggle with is the desire to fit in, be accepted, and loved, which in turn cripples us with the fear of judgment from others. We are so deathly afraid of what others think that it paralyzes us from being our true selves and pursuing what we truly want. The most freeing mindset shift that happened for me was to let go of caring about what other people think, to release this deep fear of judgment. Eventually, I realized that if I'm not living authentically because I'm trying to please or impress others, I am the one who hurts the most. Other people will go on with their lives and worry about their own problems, but I will have to deal with my choices for the rest of my life. It's infinitely better to live the life that you want for yourself, even if it's weird or different from the norm, instead of living a mediocre, safe life because you're afraid of being judged. So be your authentic self, unapologetically, regardless of the opinions around you. And in the end, you'll actually be loved for who you truly are. To get the conversation started, answer this question in the comments below. What would you do if you weren't afraid of what people thought? The next way to glow up is to heal mentally, spiritually, or emotionally. We all carry some sort of baggage with us. To glow up into your higher self is to learn to let go of that baggage and heal from any past wounds. Maybe you've been carrying a lot of stress in your mind and body, and it's built up over the years. Maybe you're angry at life and little things make you tick, but that anger is rooted in a deeper trauma or childhood experience. Ask yourself, am I still carrying any resentment from the past, any guilt, any negative emotion I may have been suppressing? The key here is to look deeper. Give yourself all the time and space you need to heal. Emotions are meant to be felt. If they're buried and suppressed, they'll only manifest in negative ways for our body, mind, and soul. So take care of your emotions. Learn to express. Learn to forgive. Learn to let go. These are deep lessons that may take a lifetime to learn, but you can start now. And if you do this, I promise it will be a major catalyst for your glow up. Next, do less. What's a way to simplify your life and give you more time? 2 words, do less. In an era of do, and more, take a step back and consider, why are you so busy in the first place? Instead of trying to do so much and overwhelming yourself, start cutting out the excess in your life and only make time for the essential. Focus on higher quality actions and prioritize what's most important so you can be effective on the right things. Less distractions, more quality time. Less stress, more intention. Less doing, more living. This year, I'm working on slowing down and not rushing. I tell myself I have enough time and I don't have to rush. Life just feels more peaceful this way, and I'm so grateful that I'm not stuck in that frantic survival mode like I was before. Another way to glow up is to be able to confidently say no. Learn to say no with grace and gratitude. It's okay to say no. It doesn't mean people will hate you for it or think you're a horrible person. At this point, everyone understands that everyone is busy. We can only take on so much before we spread ourselves too thin. To avoid overwhelm or finding yourself doing something you don't really want to do, learn to say no. Only say yes if you feel it with your entire body that it's a 100% yes. If you have like a response, just say no. Don't feel bad. Remember, saying no means saying yes to yourself or saying yes to something better. And also, you don't even need to find an excuse to say no. Oftentimes we feel bad and we want to find a valid excuse for our no. We want to say, oh, I'm sorry, I can't make this because blah, blah, blah. But I've learned from one of our podcast guests that all you need to do is say, thank you for the invitation, or thank you for the opportunity, I'm not available. Grace and gratitude, my friends. Next, you want to surround yourself with people who push you to be better. You might have heard this quote, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. It basically means that the people you surround yourself with shape who you are. If the people in your life are lazy and unmotivated, chances are you'll be too. If the people around you are all driven, ambitious, and hardworking, it's going to make you want to work harder too. Either that or you'll drift apart from those friends and find yourself around people who are more like you. If you want to glow up, surround yourself with people who are better than you, who will push you to be better. You'll learn and grow so much more in that environment. And if you can't really find people in your life for that, there are so many online communities or Facebook groups you can join. I'll share our Lavendaire community links below if you want to check them out. Finally, you want to align yourself to your long-term vision. Don't get caught up in short-term thinking. Sometimes it's tempting to do something easier for a short-term gain than to do something harder for a long-term reward. If you want a true glow-up, choose to invest in yourself, challenge yourself, and do something that supports your long-term, big-picture dream life goal. Make sure that each step you take is aligned to that dream life vision. It won't be as easy or straightforward, but you have to take risks, carve your own path, learn and fail and learn again in order to make your epic dreams happen. All right, my loves, good luck for your glow up. I am cheering for you and I'm so grateful to be on this journey with you. If you like this video, you can subscribe for more videos on personal growth and creating your dream life. And also, please share this with anyone who you think might need it. Sending you lots of love. Bye.